You are now tuned in to Horror and Hip Hop Weekly Podcast, where we sit down with hip hop artists in the underground and discuss everything in the horror genre and everything hip hop. With your host, pt.1, the Mid-South Monster. Yours truly. Now, relax and enjoy the thrills.
Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. Ha ha. That's right, that's right.
I love that intro, man.
Oh, man, I appreciate it. Hey, it's the first fucking episode. What's good, everybody? It's your boy, pt.1, the Mid-South Monster, and I am joined by an upcoming artist that I met on Facebook, man, and we got a track coming out soon and everything, but we're going to get all into that, man. Go ahead and introduce yourself, my guy.
Natrix, I'm an artist. I come out of Bluefield, Virginia. I recently started making music around last year. Played my first show, then COVID, kind of happened and a bunch of our venues shut down. So I just honestly been stacking music and meeting new people, collaborating whenever I can, whenever it feels right,
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. So you already answered two of my questions. So you're from, go ahead and tell me what it's like, being out there, man. Like, that sounds like almost the middle of nowhere.
It is kind of like, it's not a bad place because I'm more of like I enjoy my solitude, so I don't mind it. But where it is kind of a small town, I do like, it is like you do run into a bunch of people, so it is kind of, I like it, but I don't like it at the same time. Like, honestly, it may sound cliche, but I like would love to go to Cali and like for like a month and shoot some visuals. And I know people like everywhere, so I think that'd be a cool idea, honestly.
Hell yeah, bro, definitely. So you just enjoy being out there in a small town, like kind of away from all the bullshit that happens out in the more more populated areas and everything. But like, as far as like
the conclusion,
yeah. So as far as like other artists out there, like have you worked with anybody in your hometown or in your area?
The closest artist that I've worked with, I'm gonna say is Blaze. I don't know if you know him or not.
The only Blaze I know
from
is
Ohio.
The only Blaze I know is Blaze, your dead homie. So
shout out Blaze Weatherspoon, by the way. I'm not sure because, like I said, I enjoy my solitude, and sometimes I fall out of communication with people for months at a time and stuff like that. And I don't mean to. It's just like life happens with other people, and like you don't reach out, they don't reach out. At one point, I know he was on Murder Music with Playboy the Beast, if you know who that is.
Oh yeah, shout out to Playboy the Beast, man, for sure, definitely.
Yeah, Playboy the Beast, he kills shit, man.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Shout out to LSP as well. You know what I'm saying?
Plague is another artist from Ohio that I bet or heard of through Blaze, actually.
Nice. Shout out to Plague, man. Shout out to them. So who influenced you to do music, man? Like, what are your like influences coming up? Like, as far as like, did you listen to different genres? Was it just hip hop, or like did you kind of just have multiple influences? Tell me a little bit about that.
I'm going to split this up into like a two-part story. The moment I realized I fell in love with music was my mom. She had a Nissan Altima, I'm pretty sure, and back in like early 2000s. And a song I can't remember. It's a remix. It was an Uncle Cracker remix, and it's like, "Give Me the Beat Boys," and that came on. And like for the first time, I found something in my life that like meant something and like gave me that butterfly like feeling, And honestly, artists, like there's so many. I could sit here probably and we could have a whole episode of just off of who I'm influenced by, like old music, like Wu-Tang, like underground from like ICP, Twisted. Like there's so many I could go on, and it changes for me like drastically, like every day. Like recently I got into the big Ghostman kick whenever he dropped his album, and for a few months I was into like darker music, and then Tyler the Creator comes out of nowhere with his new album, and I'm like out here bumping Corso every day now.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. Man, that's a definite it's interesting because it's definitely like similar to like my own personal, upcoming, like my parents had their various tastes of music, and that kind of influenced me, and then everything that I kind of picked up, especially coming up in the the early ages of social media like MySpace and shit, like the early stages of YouTube and Napster and shit like that, and LimeWire. I used to find all types of dope music, but hell yeah. So why specifically like the horrorcore style? Or I don't know if you would call it that for yourself. Some artists don't like to be referred to as horrorcore artists, which I don't see the issue with it. But like as far as it goes for you, like why that type of style?
So I know I've kind of boxed myself into a spot as an artist where I've only kind of released darker music. So it's got me in a weird spot because I dropped a song not too long ago called "Letter to Myself," and it was me playing piano, and it was like really sappy and stuff like that. So it kind of threw it off, and I ain't gonna lie, the views were kind of lost in that. But like I had fun doing it, so I done it. And now like I don't want to limit to myself just as a rapper or just horrorcore in general. I like always see myself as an artist and a producer.
Definitely.
Like,
So
cause like me and you done that track, man, and that was like the first time I'd ever experimented with, like I've like put guitar layers over my like beats and stuff like that, but like that was like people ain't ready for that. That's all I'm saying.
right, yeah. We're still working on that giant, but man, it's gonna go to the public soon, very very soon. You got any speaking of projects upcoming, man? You got any new projects coming out? I know you got a song that you're gonna drop. We're gonna premiere that on here tonight.
I ran into some actual technical issues because I was recording a video for Envy and I already had the track, and I kind of pressured myself and got a deadline, which I told myself I was like, I ain't gonna deadline myself no more after this.
Right.
So I'm gonna hold off on the visuals for another week, and I'm gonna drop the song with you, and yeah, I'm gonna go from there. But project wise, I have two EPs actually coming out in October. One is called the Bloodletting EP that is going to come out on my birthday, which is October 23rd.
Oh,
And then I also have another one dropping October 31st on Halloween. That's called the Butterfly Effect.
ooh,
Which it's different because most people when they see the Butterfly Effect they think of like Butterfly Effect, and I'm like the Butterfly Effect. I'm like the effect,
oh
and
shit.
I'm not gonna sit here and hype it up too much. And I'm not trying to be cocky or anything in any way, but I'm gonna let the music speak for itself.
Definitely.
It's a step up in quality from what I'm releasing now too.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. So you're sprinkling a little bit of that, on people right now. You're not necessarily gonna give them the whole shebang. You just, lacing it
Because
up a little
I
bit.
know I've gotten some, because dude, we all do it. I've even seen people like huge artists I look up to. We all read comments and stuff, and I go on there, and if it bothers me too bad, I ain't gonna lie, like I'll just delete that shit and go on about my shit. Some dude was like, "You ain't ever got no songs that are very that long," and I'm like, "Man, I'm just like sprinkling the salt on the fucking meal, dude. You ain't even like really like you getting the appetizer right now."
Right, definitely. Like, and that's one thing that, personally, like I have to sometimes check myself whenever I get caught up in giving a fuck too much about what people in the comments are saying, which is good to check yourself sometimes. Like if they're right, they're right. You know what I'm saying? If they got a
Yeah.
point, they got a point. But like sometimes we get caught up in what the social media got to say or what the comments got to say, and it kind of takes away from us being ourselves sometimes, because then it's like, okay, well, we got to please these other people. You know what I'm saying? Because they're the ones that are gonna ultimately listen to it. They're the ones that are gonna consume it. But at the same time, it's like, is it worth kind of like toning down what I want to do? You know?
Percent right, man. Even like last night, like I even told my girlfriend, like I came to her and I went to someone who I'm not going to spoil anything, but he's probably going to be my soon to be manager. I
Mm.
can't say anything else about that. But yeah, I went to him and was like, man, I'm like in a really weird position. I'm like having technical issues. He was like, man, this is what you need to do. He's like, and you need to listen to me. And he like set me straight. And I'm like, this is why this dude's, if I'm ever in that position, I'm definitely going to pick this guy to be my manager. 100%. He was like, what you need to do? He was like, you just need to drop the track tomorrow. He's like, and then you just hype up the video for another week. And then he was like, then you go on about it. And he was like, whatever happens, happens. He was like, I can't quote what he said exactly, but he was like, success has no timestamp. I'm pretty sure is exactly what he said.
I like that. Success has no time stamp. I mean, you look at artists like Tech N9ne who has been doing music since the fucking like early '90s, you know, really late '80s, but you know, and finally getting his flowers as far as like mainstream appeal goes. Like when all 6s and 7s dropped, that was kind of like the monumental like moment where Tech was kind of being, you know what I'm saying, getting his flowers and being, you know, finally the world outside of, you know, the technicians, outside of, you know, the strange music fans, the world outside of there started finally seeing Tech N9ne for being Tech N9ne, you know. And he always said, you know, Tech N9ne will never go mainstream will go tech. So he kind of built that. Yeah, he built that like that momentum up to the point where it's like, okay, yeah, he's in his he like late 40s, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, he, you know, he finally, you know, like you said, no timestamp on it. You know what I'm saying? It finally came around. Yeah, he's in his late 40s, but I think right now Tech is in his prime. You know what I'm saying? And still hungry. You know what I mean?
To Tech because like I'm like I hate it, man. Because like I see this a lot, and like on Facebook, like legends just like get shit on anymore. Like on Facebook, and like people just think it's so cool to just like run people through the ringer and comments and shit. Like he ain't put in his work, and like I hate to say it, I've never met Travis. I've never met Tech. I do know Maze 301 from Strange. I've talked to him a few times. Not nothing like super personal or anything, but
yeah. Shout out to Maze.
Like, shout out to Maze, dude. He's a really dope artist. He actually has new music coming out soon. I'm pretty fucking stoked for that. But I don't know too much. I've watched videos. It seems to me like that's the whole behind the scenes, like between Travis and Tech thing that's gonna have to get dealt with, you know.
Yeah, I know that there's a lot of talks recently with other podcasts and other, you know, platforms that have been kind of discussing, you know, like I guess like Travis is being painted as like this greedy, money hungry, overly controlling, you know, dude, and Tech is being portrayed as kind of like his sidekick. You know what I'm saying? And it's weird because I never saw it in that type of light. But I don't know. You know, I'm not personally involved in any of that. You know, I'm just one of those things that I'm kind of like had to sit back and think about and be like, yo, like, is it possible? Yeah, it's possible because, you know, money changes people. And at the same time, you know, he could have, you know what I'm saying? He could be like that, but I don't know. I don't want to think about Travis Oakland like that. But then, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, like me either. And at the same time, like the whole game's like flipped upside down right now. Like everything's like some places there aren't even still really shows. Like where I'm at, there's one venue that reopened, and it's the same dude that I played my first show ever at. Shout out to Reggie at Wild Riders Salon in Bluefield. He opened back up, and I mean, I applaud him for doing his own thing, but like he like just does like country rock now, which I get it. Like if you like vibe with a certain crowd, do what you want to do, but it kind of sucks because like there's a few other artists out here that are doing their own thing, you know. So it makes it hard not only like me, but like not all like in a money sense. Even like I just want to perform, honestly.
Definitely. So how many performances have you put on?
One, and it was like honestly the best feeling ever because it like I went straight from I recorded like my first ever track, which not too many people have probably heard and will probably never find unless I ever want to dig it up and remaster it or re-record it one day. I'll send it to you after. It's kind of cringy, but yeah, like. But to the people that put me on the show, they were like, man, this is really good for your first song, so we're going to put you on this show. I went like from my first song to playing like this small little 2 to 3 verse like set, and it changed me, and like I've been hungry ever since for like 2 years now.
Hell yeah, bro.
I took like a hiatus, probably last year for probably about 6 months, which I always do. Like I'll chill and like play games in the wintertime, and then like write to stuff that I've cooked up, like beats and stuff. Because like I said, I produce a lot of my own stuff. So like I'll in the summertime, most of the time I work on music, and then just kind of like play games. Like I'll still work on music in the winter, but like I don't know, I have like a very set schedule. I guess that's the OCD.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. Well, we're gonna switch up the segment a little bit if that's cool with you. We're gonna go into the trailer of the week and the cheesy trailer of the week. We're gonna get your opinion on this because this is definitely the hip hop and horror podcast, so we got to go into the horror aspects as well. So the first trailer that we got is gonna be the trailer of the week, and then after that we're gonna play a cheesy ass movie that's coming up. A cheesy trailer. We all love.
I'm ready.
I don't know about you, but like I love the cheesy. The cheesier the better sometimes. You know what I mean? Like the overly done CGI, the terrible acting. You know, those are some of the best horror movies to watch when you're high.
Spaceballs, like shout out Spaceballs. Like, is that too cliche to say at this point?
No, hell no. That's a classic. That's a classic.
Hell yeah.
Fucking Spaceballs is a monument. It's a monument. But yeah, man. So let's get this one loaded up here. I'm waiting for it to load up, man. Now, what are some of your favorite horror movies, like in your opinion?
Some of my favorites, and I was talking to my girlfriend about this earlier because I legit had to sit down and think about it for a minute. And I don't know how people are going to feel about this, but it's me, so it's my opinion.
Right.
And you may like it and you may not. So, you know, like everybody has their own thing. The Sixth Sense with Bruce Willis.
The Sixth Sense. That movie.
I grew up so terrified of that movie until I was like 12 or 13, and I never watched the end of it until I like become of age and had a better understanding, and it blew my mind even in an older age. Like watching the end of that movie, like I kind of like watched like 2 minutes of the ending earlier and was like, man, that still like blows my mind at that ending. Like it ain't nothing crazy, but just like the whole atmosphere of the movie, they like killed it with that. And I know, like, not everybody be loving Bruce Willis, but he really killed that shit.
Fuck with Bruce Willis. I ain't got no problem with Bruce Willis. But
I can't say I've seen a bad movie with I don't know.
Yeah. But this is the trailer for Halloween Kills. That's right, another Halloween movie, but this one is gonna be different. It's gonna be crazy. This one's gonna be wild, man. It's like the whole town, Jamie Lee Curtis is back in it. The whole town, everybody's like, yo, like, we're fucking sick and tired of this motherfucker killing us. The whole town goes on a fucking rampage against Michael Myers.
I know you said Halloween. Did you say directed by Rob Zombie?
No, this is Halloween Kills. I don't know who this is directed by.
Okay.
I didn't look into who it was directed by, but this is a trailer. I'm gonna go ahead and play it. Let's get into it.
My grandmother was right. The boogeyman was real.
It's over.
We can't hurt anyone ever again.
No one told you.
Told me what?
Somebody in there?
Michael Myers is alive.
You had a knife in your stomach.
You and Allison should not have to keep running. Evil dies tonight.
I'm not just gonna sit and watch another innocent person die.
If you track Michael's victims, that's a straight line to Michael's childhood home.
What do we do?
We fight.
Let's hunt him down.
Michael Myers is flesh and blood. But a man couldn't have survived that fire. The more he kills, the more he transcends.
Run! Go home now!
He's the essence of evil.
Do it! Do it! You want your mask? Come and get it!
I'm coming for you, Michael.
Woo! And that's a John Carpenter production, by the way.
Carpenter, okay, so I am honestly so stoked. Like I said before, I'm a caveman, so I don't see a lot of this. I actually just watched, completely off topic, I totally just watched Big Bang Theory recently, so like I'm totally a caveman. I'm actually hella excited right now because it's just like what I see here and like took from the audio that I heard and the like visual representation that I have in my mind. I'm like super excited, and now that you said John Carpenter, I'm even more excited.
Oh yeah, dude, it looks fucking. Oh, this is a motherfucker right here, man. I want to see, like, there's the scene where she's holding Michael Myers' mask up. She's like, "You want your mask? Come fucking get it!" Like, just this is gonna be wild, man. This is gonna be different. It's gonna be like no other Halloween.
That we like people that know will know, but like it's crazy that we went from talking about tech to Michael Myers.
Right, Michael Myers' mask.
If they know, they know.
Yes, sir, man. All right, so this is a cheesy trailer, man. Shout out. This one is starring the legendary Kane Hodder, though. That's the only thing that makes it, you know what I'm saying, even more badass. You know what I'm saying? It's the only thing that makes it badass. You know, other than that, it's fucking cheese. You know, it's 100% cringe. But it's called Paralyzed with Fear, and
Kane Hodder.
Kane Hodder, man, the motherfucking original OG, motherfucking the best fucking Jason.
Hopefully they don't do the board though.
And no simpering demon will shake my faith.
Your god is weak!
Hannah!
You are going to die. And this young one here, this pathetic beauty, at my disposal to do what I want.
Stop it!
Even the saints end up in hell if I get my hands on them first.
Look, I'm sorry. But I think you're all totally screwed.
I won't be coming back here ever again.
What is it?
So, who's next?
Oh man,
So
if you could
I'll
see,
give it a chance just because of Kane Hodder.
yeah, it's just it looks so fucking like cringy. It looks so fucking. Oh man, they got Kane Hodder with his face painted up like fucking Shaggy Two Dope's fucking smeared paint.
Oh my god, you said Shaggy and I immediately like thought of the video of him trying to dropkick Fred Durst on stage. Was that really him? Did they confirm that was really him?
Yeah, that was him. Yeah, and he
Okay.
he even went on to explain why he did it. He said that he said like they're gonna start bringing people on stage and stuff. He's like, if they bring me on stage, I'm gonna drop kick his ass. And he's like, they brought him on stage.
That was legendary.
He's like, fuck, well, I guess I have to fucking drop kick him. But it was like a wrestling drop kick, and, you know, it wasn't like a real him trying to drop kick him. It was like him playing a fucking joke on him or whatever, and I guess they didn't know what the fuck he looked like outside his paint or something. I don't know. Like, they didn't know who he was, and it's some crazy shit. But yeah, man, Paralyzed with Fear, coming soon to y'all. If y'all want to watch something extremely fucking cheesy, there you go. You know what I'm saying? There it is. Oh man,
Definitely just came harder.
oh yeah.
I mean, what did you think about Jason X? Did you ever watch it?
Jason X, yeah, of course.
Okay, so
Not a
my
fan.
favorite scene of that movie, I'm pretty sure it's from that movie whenever he picks up the two girls in the sleeping bags and he's like throwing them up against the tree.
Yeah,
That is Jason X, right?
that's
Okay.
that's not Jason. I don't think that's Jason X, is it? I'm getting my shit mixed up. I don't think that's Jason X. It's like one of the Friday the 13th movies. Jason X. Man, I'm getting my shit mixed up. I'm gonna have to go back into my vault and rewatch the Friday the 13th. It's been a while since I.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna
Okay,
go back
so
into that vault.
while we're talking about it, okay, so I love the Freddy vs. Jason movie. I know it gets a lot of hate, but which do you like better, Freddy or Jason? Like the movie series?
Man, I'm a Jason Voorhees fan all the way. I got a Jason mask hanging on my wall with a machete dangling from it. Like
You
a
have
legend.
a Jason poster that I got out of a apartment that I was living in recently that someone gave to me. It's like from the recent game that they made. I was like, that's really cool. It's like I have it hanging up actually.
Hell yeah. But I'm gonna go ahead and get into some of the news here. All right, so we just listened to the audio of 2 trailers. You know what I'm saying? One is gonna be fucking. I'm hyping up. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, if y'all ain't feeling it, you know, I don't know what to tell you. But on the other hand, you know, the other one, I'm not gonna hype it up. But shout out to Kane Hodder. Yo, my motherfucking boy, Skinny Pimp, Kingpin, Skinny Pimp, Memphis Legend, is in Rolling Stone's magazine with an interview, man, about him blowing up on TikTok.
Seen that, man? That is legendary.
Hell yeah, dude, definitely. Fucking Skinny, he's pretty much my manager in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like he you know, looks over whatever the fuck I any advice I need. You know what I'm saying? Anything that I really need, like an OG perspective on, and you know, somebody who's been in the game that long. You know, Skinny's the person I go to and talk to about that.
We all need that person, man. Like I was telling you, the dude that I'm like even thinking about, like I don't know if it's a for sure situation, like for my management, but like we all need that one person. And I know that like we all need that person that like whenever we're feeling like the shit's about to crumble, like they're sitting there with that hammer, like building you, like, oh man, don't stop.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Kingpin, Skinny Pimp, man. You know what I'm saying? Give me some family, baby. Let's see what else we got in news. Astronomicon and the Gathering of the Juggalos are coming up. Let's see here. First of all, the Gathering of the Juggalos is the 21st annual Gathering of the Juggalos. I will be there with some of the homies.
Cool. So I have not had a chance yet to go to one. I've seen both Twisted and LCP live like a few times now, and Kung Fu Vampire. I'm pretty sure at one point I saw him. He's really chill too.
Oh yeah, he
but
definitely is. He's cool people.
dude, I would love to go to a gathering, man. You have fun with that. I got a few homies that are actually going to be out there.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Tell me who they are, and I'll go and let them know. Like I know you. You know, I'm introduce myself. Give them
I'll
the CD.
hit you up with their Facebook afterwards.
Hell yeah.
I'll like send you their links to their profiles, and I'll hit them up and be like, hey, I know somebody that's going to be out there.
Yeah, I'm gonna be passing out CDs and flyers and all types of shit. You know, some goodies.
I want to eventually go to one, but I don't mean to embrace the negative anyway. But like, have you been since the whole like falling out?
No, I haven't. This is why I said it's gonna be interesting, because they have it's weird this year because for one, they didn't have like, you know, the cheesy infomercials or the weeklies or any of that. They didn't have you know, they didn't have a set lineup really, other than Psychopathic artists and you know, close affiliates with Psychopathic. Like you know, we all